First time in a long time, but it seems like just yesterday when we were side by side. Beast mode, no one's blocking our way. These other guys tried it, but them man ain't got the skills of Braden and Davie, brazen and raging, bringing you the thrills and spills. Right here in full gear, about to blow up like TNT. Us man are too sweet, Brady, DVP, the BDElite. Right here in full gear, about to blow up like TNT. Us man are too sweet, Brady, DVP, the BDElite.
Hello!
Hello, hello, hello!
Braden Herrington here with Davie Portman for Up Next, and this is BDElite.
Yes, this is the day where you're Dynamite.
That's right.
Not your NXT friends.
I'll tell you something though.
What?
It's coming home.
It's coming home. Guys, I'm, full disclosure, right off the bat, I'm pretty exhausted.
You're exhausted? Why are you so tired?
We went to watch the game earlier.
We listened to JBL on those Vax commercials.
Yeah, we just went to the bar and had a beer with the game.
Yeah.
And we drank quite a bit. It was very nervous, the game, and England won. And we're going to the final.
We're going home.
It's coming home.
It's coming home.
It's coming home. England, Italy on Sunday. But yeah, I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
I've kind of the drunk buzz has died off, and now it was just AEW, and I apologize for myself tonight. I'm not going to have opinions on anything. It's coming home.
It's coming home, guys. We did Up Next last night. We covered NXT, and we were really high on NXT this week, so definitely check out that show. But then today we recorded some shows for our Patreon. Of course, we're doing a Deep Blue Sea show this Sunday to start off Shark Week 2021 with the 1999 movie with Samuel L. Jackson. A shark eats him. Spoilers. But we're going to talk all about that. We had a fun review today that'll be out this weekend. And then we are reviewing a Raw from June 7th, 2010, which features the debut of Nexus. So we recorded these shows, and then we planned our day to go to the patio to watch the game. So we had it all planned out. And then, it started becoming a nail biter. It started getting crazy. We got a nice patio spot.
We got a great spot, and they liked us, so they've given us a spot on Sunday for the final as well.
That's it. We had a screwdriver. We had some seltzers. We had some Heinekens. Just putting up posters and like product placements definitely helps sell whatever product.
You were going, I want a Heineken.
Just because everything's Heineken. They gave me a Heineken scarf that has this generic Euros 2020 goal.
Like go team.
So I'm wearing I'm Rob Lowe wearing the NFL hat. But
you were wearing a hockey jersey and a Heineken scarf. It's the football game.
And there was a lot of Brits in Toronto at this patio celebrating. I was people watching.
Yes.
Brits are funny.
They're interesting, aren't they?
Yeah, they're great. There was a lot of frosted tips.
Yeah.
Is that a thing right now? Is that popular?
I guess. I don't know. I haven't been home for a long time.
Maybe frosted tips are back. But so it was interesting. I'm not much of a sports guy, but I can get into like playoff sports and stuff like that. Same with the hockey and all that. But Euros can be fun. And I mentioned I'm Portuguese, but it's not looking good. So I backpacked on you, and you're a Brit, so I'm supporting the Brits now. And
one more game.
Yeah, one more.
Are you taking Sunday off?
I'm thinking about it just to watch this game. It was so much fun that I want to do it again. So why not? And Italy sounds tough though.
Yeah,
it's gonna be tough.
They're unbeaten in 32, 33 games, something like that.
Okay.
We're England. It's best of the Super Juniors. It's Shingo Takagi, Will Ospreay. It's the Brit against the undefeated.
Italian?
Italian. Shingo Takagi from NXT Italy.
NXT Italy, that's my goal is to see an NXT Italy. So I'm wearing my generic Euros goal scarf. And it was tied 1-1 during the game today, Denmark and England. And I looked at you and said, why aren't you wearing it?
You made me put it on.
Your scarf.
I was wearing my England
shirt.
Jersey.
Yeah. I was wearing my Mighty Ducks jersey because it's the only jersey I had right now. I don't have any soccer jerseys. Football jerseys, sorry.
Okay.
So you wore the scarf, and what happened? We got a goal.
Yeah, I said this is going to go wrong. This is going to do something.
You said I was cursed.
It went right.
But
we got the penalty.
Yeah.
Harry Kane put it away.
It's gotta be Kane.
It's gotta be Kane.
Yeah. What a game. Sports.
What a moment.
Just sports, Euro, all that stuff. I love it. Are they using that Shawn Mendes song? Is it In My Blood? Or was that the World Cup?
Oh no, that was the last one, I think. Yeah.
I don't
We've
know.
got Atomic Kitten now.
What's Atomic Kitten?
Football's coming home again.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah. There were some British songs they were playing when they won today. There was like Sweet Caroline.
Yeah.
That's just like everybody sings that.
I feel they play that everything.
Yeah, anytime you want people to be happy.
Yeah.
It's like that, or like songs people know. You'd play Sweet Caroline. You'd play Mr. Brightside.
Peaches.
Peaches by Justin Bieber. Yeah. What else? There's another one.
There's a lot of songs, Braden.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Bon Jovi or something.
Yeah.
Celebrating songs though are good. So we had some fun, and then we came back and we watched AEW tonight, and that's why we're like a little like low key, because we were like exhausted from.
Yeah, I slept through some of this show.
You slept through some of these matches. Yeah. So I watched the show.
That's good. That's good.
You know what? Just because of that, England's not coming home.
No,
no,
because I slept through
that's right.
the Blade.
Was there any British
Blade and the
guy?
Bunny against?
Yeah, wait, was there Brits on this show?
QT Marshall was on it.
He's an honorary Brit.
Yeah,
I think he's an honorary Italian because he's trying to be Tony Soprano.
Were there Brits on this? No Kip.
No Kip.
No Go.
Damn. No Brits. So I'm sorry, Brits.
It's all right. No Pac.
Yeah. But we go.
Let's do it.
To AEW Dynamite.
Light the fuse.
Light the fuse for the Road Rager, which is AEW Dynamite, Wednesday, July 7th, 2021. So they've moved out of Daly's place.
They're on the road.
We're on the road again.
JR says it's a new era, a new season.
He also said it's AEW.
AEW Dynamite.
Just making sure. So we start off here with Cody Rhodes going up against QT Marshall in a South Beach strap match. Now Cody Rhodes gets his epic entrance, but unfortunately QT has succumbed to the already in the ring entrance.
Yeah. I mean, I thought this would be the main event, and QT doesn't even get an entrance.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah, weird.
His stock's falling, clearly.
I guess. He didn't even get to come out in a bowling shirt or anything.
No.
Yeah. Unfortunately, this is a strap match, which we talked about a few weeks ago, being like, oh, like they wouldn't do this kind of match, where you have to touch the corners.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that's what this match is.
I guess maybe they've done a few too many of the kind of pinfall ones recently. They wanted to change it up and make it a bit different, maybe.
Yeah, so they're gonna do the touching the four corners, kind of like one of those old school strap matches. Is it Aaron Solo who's represented with the factory? He's there, but Dustin comes in for the save and takes him out of the equation. There's a low blow early from QT when he uses like some of the strap, and then a huge German suplex. There's no pinning. It's just going around touching four corners. It's not that exciting in my opinion. But then there's an avalanche like power bomb from QT up top. It looks like he's bleeding at some point. There's the QT cutter, which is like the Tower of London. So there's your shout out. Maybe he is an honorary Brit doing the Nigel McGuinness move here. And then there's strap whipping back and forth between Cody and QT. JR calls Excalibur Mark. There's the hot crowd, which they're totally behind Cody here. They're chanting for him. Cody finally gains control of QT here, whips the shit out of him, hits him with the Cody cutter, hits him with the crossroads, and a second time, and a third time, touches all four corners, and this is light work for the Highlander. What's his people's name from the boys?
Oh yeah, I know
something like that. Well, Cody wins the match. He's the strap master. Stay strapped, get the strap.
Yeah, this didn't do a whole lot for me, to be honest. I didn't think this was too exciting. There was a moment earlier in the match where QT's going around touching them, and Cody is touching each turnbuckle right after he's touching. And the referee's counting up 1, 2, 3. But surely Cody would have broken it each time. So it would have just been 1, 1, 1, 1. I wasn't really into this. at all.
I wasn't not into it. It would have been so much better if it was just they were strapped to each other and they were whipped. Like the gimmick is so lame. I think, because we've been behind this story. We actually really liked QT, and we thought this deserves some sort of showcase. And I was let down. It was starting the show because we thought maybe it would be the main event, but then it also was this.
It took the steam out of it.
Yeah,
I think
right away.
Just having like QT not having an entrance, you go like, oh, this is just easy work.
Yeah,
and
I guess that's what it is.
For like a first match in front of a new crowd here, you think of some Dynamites we kick off with like a really hot Young Bucks match or stuff like that.
Yeah.
I didn't really think it did this.
It's not Highlander, it's Homelander.
Homelander.
Apparently we're Highlander.
Yeah.
For making that mistake. We go, we'll see Cody a little bit later, and maybe he's on to bigger and better things, I guess.
He's got distracted again.
He's playing with the new fancy toy, it seems. But poor QT, losing.
Yeah.
We go to Sean Spears. He's being interviewed earlier today, and he says, Why did I attack Sammy? Because look at me and look at you. Your ego is your biggest hinder, Sammy. Every time you're a step ahead, I'm 2 steps. You're always 2 steps behind me. I'm a step ahead of you. And he gets a chair thrown at him. And it's Sammy Guevara who says, "Gotcha, bitch."
Spoilers for our Deep Blue Sea review, but this was the Samuel Jackson death.
Yeah,
Nothing
beats that.
He was cutting his promo, and then out of nowhere, a chair attacks him. A shark attacks him.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the throwing of the chair. I thought it was quite
we
fun.
knew this was going to lead to this match with the interference last week, but the chair getting thrown at Sean instead. So, that match.
I'd like them to have a good match, because I'm really not into Sean Spears, and I'd kind of like to be proven wrong a bit, because I know he's capable of a good match, and I think Sammy's on a bit of a streak. So I'm looking forward to it.
Sammy's match last week was banging.
It's great, yeah.
We go to Tony Schiavone. He's in the ring, and he introduces the AEW World Champ, Kenny Omega, with Don Callis. Kenny Omega is wearing some wild pants. Definitely some Rick James vibes here. He's got the tiger pants with the boots and everything. Fuck your couch, Kenny Omega style. Still with the Triple H 05.
Yeah. He hasn't shaved. The rest have.
Yeah, it's Lemmy Omega here. It's like this side. Yeah, it's looking great. Don Callis says Kenny's made some history, and he's beaten everyone. He's beaten Moxley, he's beaten Phoenix, he's beaten Jungle Boy, and you Insect fans are in presence of greatness. Kenny Omega is the wrestling god. When the Dark Order theme hits, they come out. Evil Uno calls Don Uncle Don, and he's mentioning that you're ignoring this crowd, and you're ignoring the fact that there is a high-ranked wrestler in AEW. And yeah, I forgot to mention, the crowd here is insane. I find, they're super hot here in Miami, and how can you not be? A friend of the show, MJ from NJ, was at the show, and he was having a total fun time, I can tell. But the crowd was totally, there was Kenny chants, and then they finally played into what
and they wanted Hangman.
Yeah, of course. So there's Hangman chants that are just echoing here, and we get Kenny kind of blowing off oh yeah, I'm ignoring, and Kenny does the classic line of, what's the capital of Thailand? Bangkok. And he nails Evil Uno in the balls. The Good Brothers come out for the save as they beat up the Dark Order. It's a brawl. And cue Hangman's music. He comes out, he cleans house, he's about to hit the buckshot on Kenny, but he stops, he hesitates. And he stares Kenny in the face. He enters the ring. They stare at each other. It looks as if he's gonna get attacked. He scares off everyone, and Kenny kind of walks off with the title here. But we get our first face-to-face. It's been time. It's been a long time. Things have changed, and the stare down happened.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this. I still like the involvement of the Dark Order to kind of build up to this match happening. I think Evil Uno sounded really good. And I like that they still haven't gone to physicality yet with Kenny and Hangman, because you thought it was going to happen this week, and it's like, no, we can hold off a bit. I'm still into all of this. Looking forward to the match.
Yeah, I'm super into this story, and you can stretch this one out so far here. You know I love Kenny. The Bangkok thing is kind of played out. I remember Christian Cage doing it on Monty Brown and TNA. So unless this is a
Oh yeah, I
teasing,
remember this from like 20 years
yeah,
ago.
like this is like one of the oldest jokes. So it's
Yeah.
like it was kind of weird. But the
Well, that's Kenny being Kenny.
yeah. But the final stare down definitely got me like
Yeah.
hyped as well, and I can't wait to see where they go with this. Like definitely strapping in for
And
the story.
it's clear the crowd are into this
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
Like it's not just Daly's place. Like
Yeah.
Miami were really into
Cowboy
it.
shit chants,
Oh, yeah.
all that stuff. They were definitely you would watch the show and think he was the guy who should be fighting for the championship. Yeah, really liked some of this, and it hit definitely, but some of it was like, all right, like I want Hangman to basically go, hey, Dark Order, you guys are my boys, you guys are great, but fuck off.
No.
That's what I want. Like, I need to do this on my own.
Like, yeah, I think he'll do the stay outside. Like, I don't
Yeah.
want you at ringside or any of that,
Yeah.
but I do like them championing for him.
Right. I'm interested. There's so many different things
Mm.
you can do with the storyline. They're doing a fantastic job. We go to JR in a sit-down interview with Darby Allin and All Ego Ethan Page, and they talk about their past and their battles and all the animosity between each other. Darby says in Ethan Page's 12th year of wrestling, Darby was in his first year and surpassed him. I wrestled you and I was on to better things, and it's not my fault you never left your hometown. You had a family and all this stuff. It's not my fault you did that. You chose to do that. I chose to drop everything and make sure I make it. So you were just complacent, a big fish in a little pond. So he irks Ethan Page here. He goes, you know what? You're right. I can't stand you, and all these things are right. You skipped the line. So if it wasn't for wrestling me, you would have learned things, and you'd still be living in your car. You're a little runt, and mentions his face painting on his face. Yeah. Without me, you'd be nothing. And in this coffin match next week, I'm finally going to put you in the ground where you belong, and you're done. And JR says, I don't feel peaceful about this situation. It's going to be a scary slobber.
It is. I think it could be a pretty exciting match. We
Coffin.
reviewed the what was it? The like Day of the Dead coffin match, the Grave Consequences. from
Oh
Lucha
yeah,
Underground.
yeah.
That's what I'm expecting for this, like
Okay.
a proper violent, pretty cool setup for the coffin. Not your WWE style casket match. I think we'll get something pretty good out of these.
Coffin match.
Coffin match.
Yeah, so I feel like there's gonna be some crazy stunts, especially Darby.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Gets put in it, gets launched,
Slammed around.
yeah, and explodes. The coffin
Yeah.
explodes. Coffins are scary if you're like claustrophobic or something.
Have you found him one before?
I have been inside ones, like for
They're
like
pretty
gimmicks and
tight.
conventions and stuff. But, like, yeah, they're scary. I've been in the Undertaker one.
Oh yeah.
Niagara Falls, they had the Undertaker's caskets. They never called it coffin. They always called it. I mean, his were.
Yeah, once you pass away at the medical facility, you go in a casket.
Yeah.
It's like, no.
Coffin.
Coffin.
Yeah. I remember in Goosebumps, there's the horror land, and one of the rides is where you get into the coffin and it goes down the river.
Ooh.
And I'm like, that sounds lit. They should do that.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just sick and twisted, but that's getting in a coffin and going down a river sounds like
Like a green river.
the
spooky green, slimy
yeah,
colours.
True, yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, coffin match coming soon. Can't wait. We go to FTR and Wardlow and Tully. They come out for their match against some of the inner circle, which is Proud and Powerful, Jake Hager, and they're joined by Conan. He's back. He got beat up pretty bad. He's looking all right though, considering he got
He does. He looked
beat
fine.
up. Yeah. Santana is looking jacked here, and Santana's hitting all sorts of suplexes and three amigos on Dax at one point. Ortiz shows up, and he's doing like an STO like trip here, and then like a sit-out Liger bomb. They go to commercial break. When we come back, more often there's the cutter. There's like a huge power slam from, I think Hager comes in where he takes control. There's then a power bomb and dragon suplex from FTR for a near fall where they like jackknife pin back and forth. Hager finally tags in, but he wants Wardlow again, and they go back at it. The big lads wrestling here. Hager locks in an ankle lock, but then Wardlow gets out of it. Eventually, FTR send Proud and Powerful to the outside, and there's the big rig, the Shatter Machine, whatever you want to call it.
Goodnight Express.
Yeah, they pin Jake Hager and get the win here. So the Pinnacle's got another W as Conan shows up with the 8-ball after the match trying to smack him in the nuts, but they chop block them and get that shit sorted. But yeah, overall, like, you figured, okay, we want to see the tag versus the tag.
Yes.
We've seen some of the Wardlow, Hager, and the cage thing, cool, but we want to see the tag. And this was like teasing us to what is to come, I imagine.
Yeah, I absolutely think that's the way we're going with the tag match. Yeah, and I think it's important the Pinnacle get these wins because they need to prove themselves a bit more still for me.
In this feud, yeah. It's like, I'm interested in FTR, big fan. It's the rest of it that's not really, I'm just interested in that tag. I love FTR. I think Proud and Powerful should be champions in the near future. They
100%.
It's almost like this feud is holding them back from doing other stuff. The tag division's wild and popping off. Why aren't they like more featured in it? It's kind of strange. And I want more Conan.
Yes.
Conan's having a ball, he said. He loves AEW.
Yeah. I wonder if he shouted out us. He kept messaging me the other week about his podcast.
Do you listen to my podcast? Shut you out. I freaking love Conan.
I wonder if he posts on Reddit as well.
Yeah. I learned never post on Reddit Spread Circle because I remember for some reason I was like, you know who's nice? Wrestling fans. They're nice people, right? Wrong. They're not. God, I still go on it though. I'll just continue lurking for the rest of my life. Yeah. We go to the Good Brothers. It's a vignette here for Carl Anderson and Big Doc Luke Gallows. And have you heard the news about the Good Brothers? They're going to New Japan.
Ooh.
So the Good Brothers have signed this deal where they're going to open the forbidden door. Of course, of all people, it's the Good Brothers.
Yeah, that was in their, it's their Impact contract, isn't it?
Okay.
That allows them to do New Japan. But obviously they signed just as the pandemic hit, so haven't really been able to do anything.
So Carl Anderson says John Moxley, it's going to go where it all begins again, essentially. This is great. He's going to fight John Moxley. He challenges John Moxley for the IWGP American title, that U.S. title. And it shows clips of Carl Anderson from his New Japan run and then says, when I get my hands on you face-to-face, one-on-one for the title, it's going to be beat up John Moxley.
Yes.
Okay. So.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Looking forward to seeing Carl Anderson in singles action. I like that this US title is being defended quite regularly now by Mox. Yeah.
I'm interested in
I'm
Carl
always
Anderson.
interested with the kind of New Japan crossover.
Yeah, 100%. That definitely makes you like this. Like, okay, but also Carl was cool in New Japan. He was like before this like kind of resurgence where it got like a lot of attention. And he had some pretty good matches. Stuff with Okada. I'm pretty sure he tagged with.
There was that G1 where he went to the final.
Yeah, like he had some bangers. Honestly, that's when I was getting involved, and I was like, hey, this guy's pretty good. And I didn't get that from his WWE run. I didn't get any matches. The best thing he did was
He was just in the tag.
Yeah.
And then you're even if you're working a singles match, you're a tag guy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm interested in seeing this match. He can definitely prove some people and be like, hey, I can still do this. But yeah. And showing the clips of the past of New Japan stuff definitely adds to it. Interesting stuff. We go to, I feel like every week there's a Pinnacle or Inner Circle, like debate, face-to-face, signing.
Every week, yeah.
What are they, celebrations? What else has there been?
Town Hall.
Town Hall, that's right, yeah. Well, this is MJF and Chris Jericho. They're going to do a face-to-face because Jericho wants a match with MJF, but he's going to announce some stipulations. But as this is happening, by the way, the crowd is bumping. They're singing the Judas thing. It's over as you would expect it to be, like people chanting and singing it. And bless them. I don't want to hate on people enjoying singing this song. It's like, sure, we've been watching it for months and months and months now. Watching at home, I can see people being like, "Yo, I'm over this." And it's like, no, like these people are going week to week
singing it.
Yeah,
we were there.
that's what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
I get people being like, "I'm sick of it." It's like, well, if you were there, you're gonna probably want to sing it. That's part of the gimmick, and bless it for working and getting over. It looks like fun. And Jericho's wearing some Air Force Ones. Very
Yeah,
impressive.
he's been wearing these recently. He's been wearing the red ones, and it doesn't feel very Jericho. Constantly trying to reinvent himself.
Chris Jericho hanging out in the inner circle, showing up with his Air Force Ones. What up, fellow kids?
Yeah, exactly.
I ball hard. Yeah. He looks good. Fuck it. He looks good. Jericho comes out and he's about to get into the ring, and a fan jumps the barricade and rushes to the ring and tries to attack MJF. Not quite sure. The camera turns around and doesn't really show what's going on, but Twitter...
it goes to the crowd. I've not rewatched it back yet, but
very interesting that
Jericho took a few swings. Looks.
As he should, fucking knock him out.
Oh, he's gone on his show before about people coming to the ring, and he's pretty much said, "I'll knock you out."
Yeah, good. I hate when people do
this isn't cool. Especially with just getting all this back, you know?
Yeah.
Having crowds.
So stupid. That's very,
dumb.
Very stupid. Come on, guys. We're better than this. Why are you doing that?
And don't drink and drive, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, regardless. Maybe the guy was drinking and that's why he decided to do this. But I think it's pretty stupid. We were all just locked in for years, and we're finally getting allowed to go out, and this is like what you're doing. Like, stop. So they make mention of it. Jericho, the crowd tried to get behind Jericho here, actually, because they saw this happen.
Yeah.
So they started to chant Y2J because they saw him take a swing at this guy. And Jericho responds by going, "Yo, Y2J's been dead for years." It's like, yeah, but they're trying to cheer for you.
Come on, yeah, you're the baby face.
Come on,
you're
man.
not the heel.
He goes, and that bastard should have attacked. Like he calls that guy attacked some fat bastard. Like I would have killed you, whatever. So this totally rattled him. Like he was upset, but good for him. Fuck this guy who did this. This is not. It's a safety thing. Obviously, I would imagine there's like metal detectors and all sorts of things when you go into these arenas and stuff. But someone rushes the ring these days, you don't know what their intent is.
There was the tennis player who got stabbed.
Exactly. I don't even know that, but that's exactly what I'm trying to get at. Like, I don't think this is something that should be treated lightly. If someone's rushing, if you go to a concert and someone rushes the stage,
you don't know your intentions.
Yeah,
no.
We don't know what's going on in today's sick society and stuff. So yeah, this would irk me beyond belief. But these guys continued this segment, and good for them. Jericho mentions that he would jump in a lake full of piranhas. He would go through extraordinary heights to fight MJF. In fact, he would have sex with your mom, MJF.
Oh.
And then the crowd goes, ah! And MJF sells it.
Sex.
And then he goes, again.
Oh.
Meaning he did. Oh, fuck. He says, you've done a lot of things, and I want to fight you, Max. Name your stipulations. Max mentions, hey, remember when you were like dodging Jon Moxley? You had him fight everyone in the inner circle. So I'm doing what I seem to be doing lately, is taking your blueprints and making it better. So I grew up loving Greek mythology, says MJF. And you say you're the demigod, the demogod. Well, you're no longer in the key demo, bud. But the labors of Hercules, the 5 matches, you're going to have to go through these stipulations back to back and win these matches to face me. So Jericho says, I accept. I'm the god of thunder, god of war, and I'm going to beat you. And I'm going to ruin your life the way you tried to ruin mine. And then he signs the contract. And
so did he make it clear who he's fighting? Is he fighting every member of the Pinnacle?
I guess.
Or is he, which might be more twisted, is he going to have to fight every member of the Inner Circle?
That would be even more crazy, but he didn't.
Like, I wasn't sure if they specified or not, and
I imagine it's Pinnacle.
I could see that maybe be something MJF does to just fuck with him more.
I imagine it's one match against Wardlow, one match against Sean Spears, one match in a handicap match against FTR, and then one match against,
I guess,
the other guy? Is that
MJ?
Tully.
JJ Dillon.
You gotta make him fight Sammy Guevara. Yeah. That's right. So Jericho is like, yeah, I accept, and MJF says this is a dumpster fire of a town, Miami, and mentions that he much prefers his hometown of Plainview in Long Island, New York. And then he shakes Jericho's hand, and then Jericho hits him with the Judas effect, lays him out, and Jericho says, I can't wait So yeah.
Mm.
So we're gonna get this stipulations leading to, I assume, All Out being Jericho.
So September?
Maybe. Fuck, that's still a long
That's
time.
quite a while away.
Yeah, I guess not. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe you could.
So yeah.
Yeah, All Out is a long way away for this.
The Twitch chat are saying that Jericho's going to be facing ghosts of Jericho's past.
Oh,
so, like,
okay.
who would you? Dean Malenko? Lance Storm?
Yeah, Big Show?
Big Show? You have a body slam challenge.
Yeah. Yeah.
What else is there? Who else could you do?
Sino St. Christian?
Great, yeah, Christian.
Matt Hardy?
Trish could
Probably. Matt Hardy's got to get his way in
Yeah,
there.
he's somehow got to get in there. Yeah. I guess it's something that I'm not super into it, but I'm not like didn't make me mad or anything.
No.
So we'll see.
Oh,
what
the promos I
Yeah.
always enjoy. I know we say like they do these segments a lot, but I always actually quite enjoy them because of the people involved. They're all like excellent performers.
Yeah. We see American Top Team. They're hanging about. I recognize them from like Spike TV, TNA days.
Mhm.
They're MMA and something like that. We'll hear more on them later. Hey, we asked if there were any Brits on this show. We forgot about one. Britt Baker.
Oh yeah.
She's here cutting a promo with Reba, who's in crutches. Shout out Reba. Hope she's all right from that bump last week.
Yeah.
Where she just fell.
Oh, Rebel.
Yeah, Rebel. It's Rebel Heart. Britt calls Vicky Guerrero a senior citizen and says Reba is, surviving after that brutal, unsafe working conditions here in this environment. Tony Khan, you should feel terrible. I'm the draw. I draw millions. And Reba's knee exploded. Well, that's fine. She'll recover and it'll be fine. And then she mentions Vicky managing Andrade and says, Vicky, you love something about loving blood money, just like Andrade in Saudi Arabia. Something along those lines. She mentions the Big D and Dallas and says after beating Nyla Rose, it's going to be the Big DMD in Dallas. So Britt Baker does Dallas. That's what's going to happen. I get the, like, I don't get it actually. No, I don't.
It was just another WWE deal.
Yeah, it wasn't
It was
needed.
just saying like
it's like
how they
shock
trade
value.
money. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look, we all agree that the Saudi shit was blood money and it was fucked up, but like, it didn't. It was like, how do we quickly make a dig for no reason?
Yeah,
It's
it wasn't
petty.
particularly needed.
Yeah.
But Britt's a great talker. I really enjoy Rebel actually as well. Just watching her reactions behind Britt the whole time, I find it quite entertaining.
Yeah, me too.
It's a bit of a weird feud because Britt is still. It's kind of like what we're seeing with Johnny Gargano right now. He's still a heel, but facing someone who's a more disliked heel. But I think they'll have a pretty good match. I enjoyed the physicality between the two last week. And this is in 2 weeks?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
okay.
So we go to our next match, which is Andrade, who is having his debut match here in AEW. And it's Andrade going up against Matt Sydal. No mic, no yoga mats here tonight. All business. Andrade comes out dressed as Black Mask, which I had to Google what he was dressed as, but it looks fucking sick. It's like this white suit with he was wearing the pants for the match, which was weird, but the mask was pretty cool, pretty scary. He comes out, it's very, LIJ vibes?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Right? Yeah.
The
He
slow
comes out-
taking off of the jacket
Yeah.
and everything as well.
He didn't wear a t-shirt in the match,
No.
he wore
I
pants.
took him seriously.
He wore pants.
He wore pants, yeah.
Yeah, you wear your pants to work. He's with Vicky Guerrero still here. So he's going up against Matt Sydal. He's wearing the pants, but he attacks Matt Sydal. He starts beating him up. There's a twisting, spinning brainbuster for a near fall. He goes up top for his moonsault. When Sydal rolls out of the way, he lands on his feet and then hits the standing salt for a near fall. When we come back from a break, there's this huge lariat that sends Sydal inside out. Sydal goes up. Sydal gets caught in like the tree of woe, and Andrade is going for his stump, but Sydal scouts it and hits the flying meteor off the top for a 2 count. There's then a spot where he gets thrown into the corner. There's then what they call the El Idolo, the DDT, which is his like spinning DDT, but he almost made it look different this time.
Yeah, this wasn't like, because he used to just do the hammerlock behind the back
Yeah.
and more of a classic DDT.
Yeah.
This kind of was similar to like Dreams,
Yeah.
like
Ooh.
they're like twisting round. Yeah, I know. But like that twisting round
almost
DDT,
almost
but
like
still with the hammerlock.
Yeah, almost like a complete shot or whatever. You're falling down spiral, whatever. But like with the hand, yeah, it looked cool. I will say that. Andrade picks up his first win in AEW, making light work of Matt Sydal, El Idolo.
This was fine. I love Andrade. I'm a big fan, and I think he can do a lot of very big things. I wasn't sure of the presentation still. I liked the entrance with the mask, but then I didn't really like the wrestling in the pants, to be honest. I don't think it looked...
What's with pants and wrestling?
Yeah, I didn't think it made him look like a star when he was wrestling, as cool as he looked when he came out.
They look like New York Yankee pants.
Yeah.
Pinstripe.
The match itself, I was expecting a little more from, but it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
But I was a bit underwhelmed by this segment.
I was a little underwhelmed too. He looked cool with that entrance. I'm not gonna lie. Like the entrance looked pretty badass, and that makes him look like a star. But then he kept the pants on, and it was like, all right, well, you just.
And then there's Vicky stood behind with a necklace that says Cougar, and you're just like,
it's something's not clicking the way it should easily click for someone like this guy. Like he should. The talent is there, and it should speak for itself. I don't know why they feel the need. Vicky is the right call, and I thought for a second they were dropping that, but it doesn't look like Zelina is showing up anytime soon. No. So I guess that my false hope for that isn't going to happen. Because I was saying team him with Aleister Black and put Zelina as their manager, and you got a unit, like realistically. But, I still have faith in Andrade. He's too good to not work out. It's got to work out. I watched for months Miedo just irritate me on TV, and now they finally have a character that's working. So I give them chances on this show.
I mean, we've seen that a lot in AEW where they've got it wrong.
They cut and move, man.
They do, and they figure it out. It's just I don't get like it feels an easy thing, like an Andrade or a Miedo. I don't see how you can go wrong right away with those two, but we'll see how it goes.
Well, after the match, Andrade attacks Sydal even more, puts him in an armbar because he's just so mad, and I don't know what. So maybe it's a rematch, something. Maybe he's got to fight Mike.
Yeah, maybe.
Mike Sydal. Think Andrade will do yoga.
He probably does yoga. Yeah.
We have a video from Matt Hardy and Christian Cage. 23 years in the making. They've been friends and enemies. And, well, it all comes down to this. Next week, Fyter Fest Night 1. It's Big Money Matt versus Christian Cage. And Christian has a line talking about Matt Hardy's bad suits, cheap suits. And then mentions, get on my level or get out of my way. Next week. 20 plus years.
I can't wait.
This is the biggest match.
This better be the blow off. Like that's the only thing where I'm like, yeah, okay, get it out of the way. Do it next week.
Yeah.
And let's move on and have Christian have the Kenny match or something. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not into this either.
No,
Matt Hardy.
Yeah. I'm a broken record. Matt Hardy has done a lot in this business and he's fantastic. But this role that they keep, it feels like they're shoving it down our throats every week, putting him in these weird storylines where he comes out for no reason to end the show a few weeks ago. It's like, what? Why are you even? It's like, no, it's not. It ain't it. I can't say I'm excited in the match, but really, I don't know if they've fought that many times one-on-one. So maybe we got to give them a shot.
Yeah, that's true. They haven't had many singles.
They fought like one time. I remember there's this angle like years ago on SmackDown where like Edge and Jeff had been champion, but Christian and Matt hadn't, and they were like talked about it. How I think it was they were preparing for a Money in the Bank, and they're like, look, both of us are the Genettis, and we need to prove it, and we have to kill one of each other. One of us can make it, and it's not going to be the other. And they both didn't end up winning, but Christian went on to being world champion in WWE. Yeah. Matt Hardy went to TNA.
Yeah.
So excited to see this match.
Sure.
Next week.
Yeah, can't wait.
Hardy Family. What is it called?
Hardy Family Office.
That's right. Yeah. Do they have merch? Should order some.
I'm still waiting.
That's right. Yeah. We go to. I did forget to mention something that happened in the Cody Rhodes QT match.
The lights.
The lights went out and flickered during the match, and they kind of were like, "Oh, sorry about this power outage for a second there." And then the match continued. It was nothing. But then it happens here again as Arn Anderson comes out to the ring. He's got something to say, his old arm, double A. But the lights flicker again. The lights fade to black as they come back on. Excalibur with the call. That's Tommy End, though that's not Tommy End, that's Malakai Black.
Yeah. So Tommy End, Aleister Black,
Is here
in
AEW.
He does the black mass, the
To
spin
Arn.
kick to Arn, and then Cody's there and he hits Cody with it as well.
Ooh.
It was odd because then JR is saying Tommy End, and they're saying Tommy End, Malakai Black. If the way Excalibur speaks later makes it sound like it's maybe some dual identity thing. He's like, that resembles Tommy End, but he looks way darker and more sinister.
I think he's continuing the Aleister Black thing. He's got stuff around his eye.
Yeah.
Right? He's continuing the story of his eye in some way. I hope it's a. I mean, I'd rather just see him as Tommy End.
Me too, and I fear that this could be, oh, we heard everything you were saying on Twitch. Have at it. Like, what do you want to do creatively? And he's, we'll wait and see. But I'm with you. I want to see this guy wrestle. If it's going to be a bit of like fiendy, demony stuff, I'm not that into that.
Because he put out a video today on his socials, which is like him in a mental institution, and there's murder and blood and like weird dark shit. You know I love all that horror shit and stuff like that. And I think I think he's got the look to take over. Undertaker's left wrestling. We need a new Goth Bay. AEW's got Darby and his dad Sting. They got the Goth Bay shit covered. But WWE's been lacking, and they've ruined Aleister Black. I was like, the Fiend is the Goth Bay in WWE, and it's a weak Goth Bay.
It's a weak Goth Bay.
You know what I'm talking about? We needed that metalhead fucking goth dude, and they lost it, and now he's here. So I do think he's talented. I do want to give it a chance for sure. I guess they're going in this like alter ego twisted thing, which doesn't sound so. How are you messing up the beginning? But it's literally just.
I mean, it was cool. Like,
it was super cool.
We're like reading a lot into that.
Yeah.
It's just not my preference, but I guess the debut was cool. I liked how they established the lights flickering out earlier, but didn't make too much of a big deal of it, where you think it could have just been a light malfunction.
Exactly.
Momentarily. I did like the debut.
I like the debut too, and it was cool when he shows up. He looked fresh, he looked dressed nice, and his little makeup over the eye with the cross or whatever. Yeah. I think the guy is great, so I am genuinely interested in what he does here. And if it looks like the first feud is Cody, then have at it. Wrestle Cody, because you know the crowd's going to cheer for Aleister over Cody.
Oh, I don't know. There's a lot of Cody.
Yeah, there is a lot of Cody fans out there still. So, overall, I did like this.
Also, what was Arn going to say?
What was Arn going to say? Cody is, and we'll never know. We'll never know what Arn was going to say. Was he going to mention his son Brock?
Maybe.
Is he going to mention Cody fighting for a title or something? Who knows? We'll never know. But we'll know that Malakai Black. That was another guy.
Mordecai was someone else.
Kevin Thorne.
Yeah.
The vampire turned white Undertaker.
Yeah, that great entrance.
With the cross. And he was lit.
I like
it was like 2004 era?
Something like that.
Yeah, it wasn't quite 2005.
No.
Yeah. Nothing is. We go to Ricky Starks, who comes out with Team Taz. And, well, he's by himself, and he's with security. He says he paid out of pocket for his own security. And mentions that he's not medically cleared, but he can't trust Brian Cage to come out here because he could injure him even more so before I heal up. And he mentions that he's going to take the FTW title where it belongs and show that he's the true leader. And mentions Brian Cage's wife, which then leads to Cage coming out here to attack. You know everyone loves making fun of people.
Stupid wife.
Stupid wife. You mention someone's wife, it's over. It's time to fight. And that's what it seemed here. So Team Taz. Taz came out with Hook and the boys, and he seemed shook. But this is all going to come to... is it not next week? It's in
next week, I think.
In Houston.
Okay. Yeah, that's next week. Is it not? Or is it next week Austin? No, it's in Austin next week. Yeah.
There's too many big announcements.
I'm sorry.
Well...
I think we'll see a title change.
Dallas, not Houston.
I think.
Austin.
What?
I don't know. I'm reading everyone's saying different towns.
Who cares?
Yeah. Texas.
I think Starks is going to win this one, get the title, and Brian Cage will leave FTW.
He's going to leave Team Taz?
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, that's definitely where you can see it going. Yeah. Hook's looking good. He's looking jacked.
In his vests, in his tank tops.
He's swole.
Yeah.
That hook.
I want to see him wrestle.
Yeah, who do you want to see him wrestle? Taz.
Yeah, that would be good. Sammy Guevara.
You want Hook versus Sammy?
I do.
Book it. Book Hook.
Book Hook.
That's it. Yeah. We go to Orange Cassidy and Kris Statlander, part of the Best Friends team. They're in an intergender match, which means the men and the women can fight. I believe what they said. I think. Which there wasn't really.
Honestly,
a lot
I slept through this.
You went to sleep for
sorry,
this match,
but,
right? Yeah.
I didn't see this match.
Right. Yeah. Well, the Blade and the Bunny are their opponents. Ref Aubrey starts off by checking the Blade to make sure he doesn't have any foreign objects. She knows him well because he was carrying brass knuckles, and she says, "Dude, you can't use these in wrestling. What are you doing?
They're illegal."
Yeah, stop it. So the match starts. There's Orange Cassidy hits a Stun Dog Millionaire early on. Bunny gets a power slam from Kris Statlander, who beats on her with like a stalling standing suplex. There's a break. When we come back, a spinning Falcon Arrow for a near fall. And then Statlander hits the Area 451. So it's a 450, but she names it after Area 51. But it's a near fall as Bunny pulls it out of the way. However, it's the Big Bang Theory, the Bastard Driver, on the Bunny, and Orange Cassidy and Statlander pick up the win for her planet.
Match of the night.
Matt, your favorite thing you've ever seen?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you didn't watch it.
How was it?
Yeah. It was alright. I didn't really get too into this. Maybe it's because I was also very tired, but like...
Did you drop off?
I wasn't dropping off. I'm just like, why do I care about this? Is kind of where it's at. But
yeah.
I'm a big fan of all four of these people, actually. So I was expecting maybe something a bit more. I was under the impression that we were going to see the men and the women wrestle, and we didn't get really too much of it.
Right.
I could be mistaken, but I felt like that's what they were mentioning.
Okay.
I didn't feel like I got that, so that's just me.
Right.
Yeah. So I guess this feud will continue with this I don't even know what the feud is. Yeah, but yeah.
Who are the people?
Yeah, the match you didn't watch. Yeah.
Blade and Bunny.
Yeah, that's right. We get a short video for Jungle Boy, who gets this trophy for his 50 wins. He's got a trophy for this. Damn, 50 wins.
Will he be first to 100? Will he get
Should
another
be.
trophy if he's at 100?
Have you ever got a trophy for 50 anything? For doing 50 things? What have you done 50 times? Exactly. Falling asleep into wrestling matches.
Probably, yeah. I've done that a lot.
I don't know what
It was a busy day.
I don't know what the trophy.
England won. I'm sorry.
That's what Jungle Boy was holding the trophy, the Euro Cup.
Yeah.
Do they have a cup in the Euros? I think
Yeah.
So. Yeah. He had his own cup here. 50 wins, Jungle Boy. I was expecting someone to like interfere here to like make this his next angle, like someone to be like fuck your trophy or something, but none of this happened. So.
They're just trying to remind you after his loss to Kenny that he's great.
Yeah.
He had the match last week, 50 wins. He's getting a trophy this.
You know,
week.
mentioning soccer trophies as well. You go to wrestling events and you see people dress up as wrestlers, or you go to wrestling shows and you see that there's always the one dude, or lots of dudes, with replica titles. Today at the patio we went to that was packed in Toronto for the Euros, there was a guy in full gear, football gear.
I said you look, it's a full kit wanker.
And this guy's got like the jersey, he's got the long socks up to his knees, he's got the shoes,
The shorts.
like he had everything that looked exactly like a soccer player. And then we noticed he also had a replica trophy.
Yeah.
That's
He was the championship belt wanker, but for football.
for soccer.
Yeah.
Wow, very impressive. Well, Jungle Boy, I expect Jungle Boy to come out with this trophy every time he wrestles now.
I hope so.
Yeah, like Owen Hart in the Slamming.
Yeah.
Just always come out with it.
50 wins.
We go to next, American Top Team are here, and we go to Dan Lambert. Do you know who this guy is?
Yeah, I've seen this guy in MLW and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't on that show. I know him from TNA, like I mentioned, and he's pretty much cut the same promo in TNA. Like, hey, wrestling used to be good. now fucking sucks, is what this promo is.
Yeah.
Fantastic promo.
It's great.
Yeah, I don't know much about him other than he's like MMA and all that stuff, but he cuts a hell of a promo. He mentions American Top Team, Amanda Nunes, and then he's talking about how his boy Poirier is going to knock the shit out of McGregor this weekend in UFC. Then says AEW sucks. He says, I'd rather go home and break out the VHS player and watch some Gordon Sully, some real wrestling, Johnny Valentine, Dusty Rhodes, Terry, Harley. It's gone downhill after the 90s. It's trash. And this product is unwatchable. Doesn't matter what genre. It all sucks. Wrestling used to be cool, but he's interrupted. Someone cannot take this slander of professional wrestling. Lance Archer and Jake the Snake come out, and Archer hits him with the blackout.
Yes.
Damn. What a promo.
Oh, he's great. Great talker. Does this lead to anything? Someone from American Top Team standing up for Dan Lambert and taking on Lance Archer?
Yeah, I mean...
That's the only way I can see it going.
Yeah, I remember this guy did the similar thing in TNA. It was like, I want to say it was Bobby Lashley involved with stuff, and I'm seeing in the chat Cino saying, what about King Mo? I don't know if that's actually... I don't follow it, so... It was just weird. I genuinely thought this guy's promo was amazing, and I thought, what a great time to be like, you know who's good? And then you bring out this guy who's like trying to be like a classical, technical wrestler. Yeah. But instead he just gets interrupted by Lance Archer. So again, something that goes, oh, you have my attention, and okay, well, you definitely cooled that off instantly, really quick. And Lance Archer was the cup of water on the flame here for me. I was like, okay, well, like really of all the people to like, I don't know, I'm just being...
Yeah, like you're not a Lance Archer fan. That's okay.
Yeah.
No, I enjoyed surprising Dan Lambert here. I wonder where this goes. Surely it's to introduce someone, I would have thought. But yeah, just another mouthpiece in AEW. We've got a lot of them.
Yeah, but he sounded good.
But he's
sounded
good.
legit.
He's good.
Yeah. We go to our main event, which is the Young Bucks, the Tag Team Champions. They're putting the titles on the line in a rematch of the team they lost to last week, Eddie Kingston and Penta. Penta dresses up in this crazy gear I've never seen before. Can you believe this? He dressed up like the Joker.
The Joker?
Yeah.
Like from Batman?
I've never seen
That's
this.
pretty cool. But he's a wrestler.
He's a wrestler who dresses up like the Joker. His gear is Joker. Like, have you seen this before?
No. No, that's
sick.
cool.
It's sick. It is sick. It's just like...
It's a couple of months now, this gear.
You don't have any other, like, have you not
You
been
used to
home?
wear, like, different thing
Every week. What happened?
It's like, Joker! That's what I want.
Really love the Joker. Bless him. Bless him. Eddie's wearing a Terry Funk shirt, so bless Eddie Kingston.
Yeah.
Bless Terry Funk was wearing my shirt yesterday. The Bucks come out. They shave their mustaches, but they got street fight jorts.
Yes.
So they're ready for this match.
And they're thrusting away as well.
Always thrusting. I mean, when I wear jorts, I'm always thrusting. So everyone knows that. You got thrust in the jean shorts. This is a street fight for the titles. Don Callis on commentary, being a dickhead as always. Nakazawa is getting involved early on and ends up accidentally getting double super kicked by his boys, the Young Bucks. Eddie Kingston hits the was up headbutt with Penta with the chair to the nuts of one of the Bucks, so he's still shouting out Bully Ray. There's a destroyer from Penta off the apron through a table. Just insane. What the hell? There's a commercial break and the Bucks somehow come back and gain control, and they hit a swanton bomb onto a trash can. There's like all sorts of offense, but Penta comes back with super kicks and the sling blades. Don Callis is like, these guys don't know who they're getting into. The Young Bucks are from the mean streets of Rancho Cucamonga. The mean streets, yeah. There's the half and half, like off the top here from Eddie Kingston, and then this pop-up flying tornado DDT. Eddie has the rear naked choke, but Matt Jackson decides instead of breaking it up, just attack the ref. So he hits a 450 to Bryce Rensburg, taking him out. And then the Good Brothers come out, and it's all anarchy, all chaos. Penta takes him out with a tope con. Cutler tries to do the spray, but he's like, every time I try to spray, the guy counters. So he's like, I'm not going to do it, I'm not going to do it, and then decides to do it. But the Elite Hunter shows up.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is it, the Punisher?
Frankie Kazarian.
Yeah. He shows up. He sends a guy Cutler through a table. While this is happening, it's Penta and Eddie who hit the Fear Factor into the Hurricane, but there's no ref to pin this thing, but it looked great. The new ref runs in. He's counting it, but it gets pulled out on a 2 count. Eddie Kingston grabs this sack and reveals and dumps out thumbtacks in the match here, all over the place. But before he can throw someone on it, it's Penta and Nick, I think, are up top, and it's Penta who ends up getting a Hurricane Rana onto them. Luckily, Penta's wearing like body protector, so maybe it didn't hurt as much. But then the Bucks pick up the thumbtacks, start throwing it in the guys' faces, into their eyes, into their mouths. The finish is when they stuff Eddie Kingston's mouth with thumbtacks and then double super kick him, double pin him, and the Bucks retain the titles.
Really fun match. I think it was a good idea adding the street fight stipulation. Seeing that we just had this match open Dynamite last week, it felt very different. The whole like tables, everyone getting involved, the thumbtacks. I thought this was really enjoyable, and for me, definitely the match of the night.
Yeah, I think so. The thumbtack stuff we've seen the Bucks do before, especially on the indies and in Ring of Honor and stuff. They've done some vicious finishers with the thumbtacks and a super kick with the thing, and Janela's done it as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fine. I liked it more than last week, but it was maybe it was even more chaotic. But
I think I preferred last week's match.
Yeah, it was more of a wrestling.
That's more the style I enjoyed.
Yeah.
But I think it was a good idea doing something completely different from last week's.
It had a mix of everything going on in it. I love the Young Bucks. They definitely deliver for me. And part of me was like, we should change things up. Why not give it to Eddie and Penta randomly? But then as it went on, I'm like, no, we need to keep this.
Yeah, I'd prefer to wait and see like Proud and Powerful get it. Like a proper tag team, yeah.
Yeah, Proud and Powerful is the baby faces.
Yes.
Faces the Bucks.
Eventually, yeah. I think I'd like to see them.
I was expecting maybe Moxley coming up for a save here as well, but the freshly shaved head, John Moxley. But didn't happen. But yeah,
back next week.
I guess so. So that was AEW. There were some highs and some lows. It seems to be a reoccurring thing where it's like everything kind of should just play out and seems like it would be so easy. And there was like different twists and turns that kind of didn't need to be there. So it's like they got to work out some of the kinks, I guess, in a lot of the things. Because it's like Andrade, character. Everyone is aware of him. He's fucking sick.
The pants.
And Vicky.
Yeah.
Aleister Black shows up. He's Tommy End. Well, actually, no. He's Tommy End, but he's not Tommy End. He's Malakai Black, and he's back. He's kicking people. It's just like, all right, well, let's just call him that then. I don't.
Yeah. Especially with viewers who just know him as Aleister Black.
Yeah.
Then you're going like, what? You're giving me 2 more names?
Yeah.
I think it's unfair for me to like fully grade this show because I was completely out of it for a lot of it.
Yeah.
Not completely out of it, but I was tired today, partying too much from the England win. But I did enjoy the main quite a bit. The rest didn't quite hit for me. I was a little underwhelmed with the rest.
I think the highlight for me was seeing Hangman and Kenny face to face.
Yeah.
Through the thick of it, it still stuck out that like, okay, cool, they're gonna do this slow burn with this, and Kenny's aware of Hangman now, interested in the title picture. You can definitely stretch this out for All Out, is what I would.
Oh, I think that one can absolutely stretch to All Out.
Yeah, I think that's the route they go. And then with the what was it, the tag match as well, but Aleister Black showing up was probably the highlight. It was
pretty cool.
It was cool. Yeah, it was pretty cool, and it kind of makes
Wasn't
the crowd.
expecting it.
I wasn't expecting it. It gave the crowd a buzz that like, it looked so much fun to go to a crowd to see a wrestling show
and do the lights out, lights off. Lights off, lights on thing.
Yeah.
For a big reveal, which only really works with a big crowd.
Yeah.
I agree. That was a big moment.
Like I didn't dislike this show.
I didn't. I was just too tired.
Yeah.
Wasn't topping in the England game today.
Yeah, it's true. Nothing would.
No.
Nothing would. So that was Dynamite, and we'll be talking all about it next week as they continue with their like on the road again tour. They got Fighter Fest. They got all sorts of stuff going on. So we'll be doing this every week. We'll be covering Dynamite every Wednesday after the show. About 10:15, we record this show on the Twitch. So come hang out on Wednesday nights if you're watching the show live, and then come hang out with us.
Absolutely.
You'll see us in our full gear.
Mm-hmm.
Our face paint.
Mm-hmm.
All that
Yeah.
stuff. Thanks everyone for being here. Not Davie, of course.
Sorry.
You can follow us at Up Next Podcast, Twitter, Instagram, and join the Facebook group because you guys in the Facebook group are making decisions like the Deep Blue Sea review. You guys helped pick this movie over Jaws, over Sharknado, over everything. So that was a big deal. We're celebrating Shark Week, which starts Sunday. And then next week we're doing a best match ever shark cage match.
Oh yeah.
So send in your recommendations.
What are your favourite shark cage matches? We know you've got them.
No, you haven't.
Everyone has that favourite shark cage match. Let us know. Let us know.
Another thing I saw was Kenny Omega tweeted that guy Vikingo from AAA because Kenny's gonna be fighting Andrade.
Yep.
In AAA. Vikingo had a match where he did Kenny's move like off the top, and Kenny was like, "Oh, like it takes a lot to do that. That looked great." And Vikingo's like, "Hey, thanks," and Kenny's like, "Yeah, I'll wrestle you." So Conan's tweeted like, "Hey, you guys should have a match," and Kenny replies, "Money, money, money," meaning pay it. But Vikingo is someone we were like,
"Yeah, he's impressive.
This guy should be a star," and he does some like springboard 630s and all sorts of crazy shit. So that's kind of a low-key dream match there in the lucha world with Kenny in AAA, but. And then another thing is you got to listen to Shot in the Dark with John Cena on this feed as well. But a lot of these guys for it's AEW like kind of not going on the road, so it's like you're not fired because you weren't under contract, but you're not like being
because they've been using the locals.
Yeah,
of course. But now they're on the road. You find local talent usually, don't you? You'll find someone from a school in Austin to fill that part, I guess, rather than. You're not going to take all your guys from Tampa, right?
You're not going to take JD Drake, though?
I know.
I love JD Drake, I do.
Highland King.
Okay, well.
Pour one out.
I like JD Drake. I think he should have been signed to WWE. I think they missed the mark there. But, we'll see where they go. But AEW continuing on strong. They're definitely going in the right direction with some of these things. Some of the things are silly and ridiculous, but that's what pro wrestling is.
Yeah.
So that's it. Thank you so much for listening and subscribing. Patreon.com/upnext. $5 a month, North America tier. All the podcasts in the past, best match ever, movie reviews, everything. It's all there. That's it. All right. You all right?
Yeah.
You made it?
Yeah.
Do you want to tell the people?
You've been signing off for like 15 minutes. Just end the fucking show.
Yeah, right.
I want to go to bed.
Yeah. Thanks. Now you're talking. Yeah. Take care. Goodbye. Be safe.
First time in a long time, but it seems like just yesterday when we were side by side. Beast mode, no one's blocking our way. These other guys tried it, but them man ain't got the skills of Braden and Davie, brazen and raging, bringing you the thrills and spills. Right here in full gear, about to blow up like TNT. Us man are too sweet, Brady, DVP, the BDElite. Right here in full gear, about to blow up like TNT. Us man are too sweet, Brady, DVP, the BDElite.